Is there anything more likely to anger responsible parents than their children's futures being gambled with? Well, that's precisely how a group of concerned Johannesburg parents are feeling. When it comes to education, parents want the best for their kids. Private schooling, individual attention, and state-of-the-art facilities. And wouldn't it be great if this came at a reasonable price tag? That's exactly what 𝗀𝗵𝗶𝗴𝗶 campus in Boksburg claims to offer parents.
It was just a win-win situation. The school was so amazing. I pulled all my kids from the school and put them into that school.
In January 2022, 𝗬𝗏𝗶𝘀 enrolled his 3 daughters into the brand new 𝗀𝗵𝗶𝗴𝗶 campus, paying about 3,500 Rand per child per month in school fees. I must admit, the school does look pretty impressive, but looking the part doesn't cut it when it comes to education in this country. By the end of the first term, 𝗀𝗏𝗃 and some of the other parents say the dream they were sold had become a nightmare. The first red flag was the high turnover of teachers at the school and discrepancies with tests and grading.
We started questioning, like, are these guys actually qualified to be in these positions? We then found out that these teachers are 20, 19 years old, 22 years old.
As a result, some of the parents believe their children have suffered academically and they want answers.
There's no seriousness to any of these questions. Everything is just okay. It's not okay. You are busy interfering with my child's education.
We went undercover at 𝗀𝗵𝗶𝗴𝗶 campus, posing as interested parents. It's presented as a fully registered modern facility with a hands-on management team focused on giving learners personalized attention. We briefly met one of the school founders, 𝗀𝗍𝗃𝗃, and also the deputy principal, Donovan Kemp, who explained that Clearwater campus is one of 3 schools under the 𝗀𝗏 umbrella.
We moved to this premises the beginning of this year, when Clearwater started, but then we still had the 3 schools. So we had 𝗀𝗏 Private in Boksburg, we had 𝗀𝗏 Stepping Stones, and then this campus.
When an independent private school opens, there are a few boxes that need to be ticked in order for it to operate legally. And only once that's done can the school open its doors for business. The law requires 3 things. Each independent private school needs a dedicated registration number called an EMIS number issued by the Provincial Department of Education. When offering a South African curriculum, the specific school needs accreditation from the education standards body, 𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏. The teachers must hold qualifications and be registered with the South African Council for Educators, or SACE.
The laws of the country are very clear.
Confidence Dikgole is from 𝗖𝗂𝗂, the Independent Schools Association of Southern Africa, the region's largest and oldest voluntary membership organization for private schools.
Anyone who stands in front of the children must be registered with SACE. Okay, and again, it's for purposes of safeguarding our kids in schools, to make sure that people who are appointed to teach are suitably qualified to teach.
When a group of 10 parents started publicly questioning the 𝗀𝗏𝗶𝗴𝗶 campus's legitimacy, they were slapped with a defamation suit by the school owners. In court documents, the school included a list of staff. Of the 49 teaching staff on the list, only 7 have full professional SACE registrations. 25 had provisional numbers, while the rest didn't have a valid registration number.
Provisional registration would be granted to somebody who is studying towards a teaching qualification, whether it's a B.Ed or whether it's a postgraduate certificate in education. They can't be allowed to teach alone in a class.
One of the teachers is the owner's daughter, Megan 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃, who matriculated in 2020. Megan admitted to us that she is still studying, yet teaches her own class under occasional supervision.
I've shown my lesson to them before, then they do class inspection once I do my lessons. Not in every single lesson, but they do sit in while I do a lesson.
So you're teaching unsupervised in the class sometimes, which is what you've just said?
Yes.
And there we have it. 20-year-old Megan, who's the daughter of the owners, has just admitted that she teaches kids and she's still studying. Ms. 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃 is not the only teacher that stands out. We met 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃 during our undercover visit.
The one deputy principal is for the primary school. We have a deputy principal for grade 7 to grade 9, and then 10, 11 and 12 is myself.
Okay.
Yes.
𝗃𝗃𝗃 is 23 years old. Sion claims he has 7 years teaching experience. That would mean he qualified and started teaching at the age of 16.
Are you also the deputy principal?
No, I'm not.
That's odd. Apart from him confirming it in our undercover footage, he also signs reports as the deputy principal.
I just wanted to check your teaching qualifications. Do you have them?
Thank you. Goodbye.
What teaching qualification do you have, Donovan? And he's gone. Thank you. Goodbye.
But that's not where the allegations end. The group of concerned parents uncovered even more questionable details.
We started emailing all of the bodies, and all the different bodies came back to us and advised that they were not registered. They confirmed that 𝗃𝗏𝗶𝗴𝗶𝘆 was registered, but Clearwater as an entity was not registered.
Multiple officials from the Gauteng Department of Education, 𝗧𝗶𝗵𝗶𝘀, and accreditation bodies confirmed in writing that Sion Clearwater campus was not properly registered or accredited at the time. From all the correspondence that we've seen, it appears that Sion Clearwater is not compliant, but they insist that they are, and all the officials are wrong. Sion's owners declined an on-camera interview, responding only in writing. They state there is only one EMIS registration number and that the Sion Clearwater campus did not operate as an individual entity, claiming Sion Private Academy is located at and operating from the Clearwater campus. That's not exactly true. Listen to this clip sent to parents in May by the owner, 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. She clarifies the amalgamation of the schools. Take note, it's plural, schools. She is referring to more than one school joining up.
There's multiple reasons for the merger. I would absolutely say that unity of the schools was number one of it.
This amalgamation only happened this week as the third school term started. When Sion Clearwater campus opened its doors in January, it didn't meet all the legal requirements.
No school should be operating unless it is registered by the Department of Education.
Provincial education departments are responsible for regulating both public and private schools, ensuring they play by the rules. 𝗃𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗶 is the Gauteng spokesperson.
Your department is aware of this independent school. They are operating without registration from your department.
Well, according to information at our disposal, this school is registered. They even have an EMIS number.
An EMIS registration number is allocated by the education department at a specific address only once it's checked and vetted the specific school. What 𝗃𝗏𝗀 is referring to is the one allocated to the original Sion Private Academy, not Sion Clearwater campus.
They have relocated. We have one school that relocated from the previous address. Now they are in a new address. We have one school, don't have two schools.
Steve, there's two schools here. Why are you covering up for them? They're saying amalgamation.
No, what we know, it's the relocation from one school to the other.
Mr. 𝗃𝗏𝗀 repeated the same line during the interview, but just saying the same thing over and over doesn't make it true. There were actually 3 different schools open at the same time using one EMIS registration number. But 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 has processed these types of applications for 𝗃𝗂𝗃 and says even if it was just a relocation, it's not a simple transfer of registration.
As soon as you talk a different physical address, that's where then you need to have a different registration with a different EMIS number.
Okay, as far as I understand, this EMIS number cannot be transferred. It is attached to a specific location, an establishment, that this is where it is. So an EMIS number, you saying, can be transferred. I can have a school here and relocate it and use the same EMIS number.
Yes, according to our regulations, you just apply for a relocation.
When we asked Mabona about the teachers' qualifications, it appears the department again had a different version.
The educators are qualified there. Teachers there, they are registered.
But they're
with
not.
The South African. According to information at my disposal, was that the educators are registered with the 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗶𝘶, and those that would have not been registered probably is your teacher assistants.
Most of them. If you look at this list from page after page, provisional, 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 and it keeps going.
Despite putting the irregularities to Mabona and trying to show him the evidence, he point blank refused to even look at it.
I put it to you, Steve, that the information at your disposal is incorrect.
No. We can confirm that we have a school that is relocated, and we are actually going to support them because they are a good school. So there's nothing wrong here with the school.
But denials that rules are being bent don't benefit the learners.
We're also fighting against the system. If we're going to have quality education in South Africa, then surely parents should start standing against the system that is allowing this in this country.